Adhere. Adhere. To adhere means to act in the way that a rule or agreement says is right.
If the new employees wish to succeed, they must adhere to the boss's rules. If the new employees wish to succeed, they must adhere to the boss's rules.
Administer. Administer. To administer means to take responsibility for organizing something.
The teacher's assistant will administer the test. The teacher's assistant will administer the test.
Compassionate. Compassionate. When people are compassionate, they feel pity and sympathy for others.
The compassionate nurse tried to make the sick man feel comfortable. The compassionate nurse tried to make the sick man feel comfortable.
Contaminate. Contaminate. To contaminate something means to put dirty or harmful chemicals into it.
The lake was contaminated when pollutants entered into the water. The lake was contaminated when pollutants entered into the water.
Deficiency. Deficiency. A deficiency is a lack of something, especially something that is needed.
Your snack has a deficiency of any real nutrients. Your snack has a deficiency of any real nutrients.
Epidemic. Epidemic. An epidemic is an outbreak of a disease that spreads quickly.
It was difficult to stop the flu epidemic. It was difficult to stop the flu epidemic.
Hazard. Hazard. A hazard is something that could be dangerous to a person's health or safety.
Smoking cigarettes poses many health hazards. Smoking cigarettes poses many health hazards.
Imperative. Imperative. When something is imperative, it is extremely important and must be done.
It was imperative for him to find a job. It was imperative for him to find a job.
Intestines. Intestines. Intestines are tubes through which food passes after it leaves the stomach.
Whatever you eat goes into your intestines. Whatever you eat goes into your intestines.
Manifest. Manifest. To manifest means to make something visible or obvious.
The holiday season manifested joy in the children. The holiday season manifested joy in the children.
Metabolic. Metabolic. When something is metabolic, it relates to a person's or animal's metabolism.
People who have a low metabolic rate will gain weight. People who have a low metabolic rate will gain weight.
Overcrowded. Overcrowded. When a place is overcrowded, it has too many people or things in it.
The lobby was overcrowded with people. The lobby was overcrowded with people.
Paramount. Paramount. When something is paramount, it is more important than anything else.
The safety of passengers must be paramount when designing a car. The safety of passengers must be paramount when designing a car.
Practitioner. Practitioner. A practitioner is a doctor.
She made an appointment with a practitioner to treat her cough. She made an appointment with a practitioner to treat her cough.
Provision. Provision. The provision of something is the act of giving it to people in need or want.
That department is responsible for the provision of emergency supplies. That department is responsible for the provision of emergency supplies.
Replenish. Replenish. To replenish something means to make it full or complete again.
We planted nearly 100 seeds to replenish the garden after the fire. We planted nearly 100 seeds to replenish the garden after the fire.
Sterile. Sterile. When something is sterile, it is completely clean and free from germs.
The hospital room looked quite sterile. The hospital room looked quite sterile.
Upgrade. Upgrade. To upgrade something means to improve it or make it more efficient.
He upgraded to a real fancy car. He upgraded to a real fancy car.
Viable. Viable. When something is viable, it is capable of doing what it is intended to do.
Her method of solving the math problem seemed viable. Her method of solving the math problem seemed viable.
Voluntary. Voluntary. When something is voluntary, it is done by choice, but is not required.
Many people attended the voluntary boat safety class. Many people attended the voluntary boat safety class.